Hunker down, right? For the next few days, because it's going to start up Tuesday p.m. and go all the way through Thursday for some of you. And thanks to our virtual view technology, I am actually transported here to Minneapolis, where the Twin Cities are certainly bracing for that big snow. For now, it's a winter storm watch that is in effect for you, but we'll see what the National Weather Service does. They'll either give you guys a blizzard warning or a winter storm warning, but either way, we're going to have some major impacts here in the Twin Cities. The clouds eventually producing some light snow, and then the snow becomes moderate and even heavy. And of course, the winds, they'll be kicking up as well. And that's going to send this snow sideways. You can barely see the skyscrapers behind me here. By the way, they have a lot of those heated skyways through Minneapolis. You're going to need those too. It's going to be a cold system. The Minnesota DOT will be looking to deploy some of their newly named snowplows, including Blizzo. Yeah, they had a fun contest where everybody got to name the snowplows here in the city. But it's going to be tough even for the plows to keep up with this. Here is a look at our forecast for Minneapolis. And by the way, it's not like we need the snow. We have a surplus for the year of about 19 inches. So this is one of the few places that has had snow this winter. There's your snow starting up Tuesday, going sideways on Wednesday, heavy at times even into Thursday, with high temperatures in the upper teens to low 20s, and at night even dropping down to the single digits. So some Arctic air certainly coming into the picture here. The lighter snow will be the lighter, the lighter color blue, but that darker blue, it comes back at us. So once you get the walk shoveled off, you got to get back out there and shovel some more. Even into Thursday, it's still coming down out there, and it is going to be heavy. It's going to be drifting, blocking a lot of those intersections out there. It's going to be hard to see around the piles of snow. Look at that, 2 feet of snow possible, especially on the south side of the state capital here, St. Paul, Minneapolis, 20 inches or so, and to the north of that, a solid foot. So again, it starts up late in the evening tomorrow. It's with us all day Wednesday, from morning till sundown. You can see Thursday, we're still being impacted by that snow that will be heavy at times and blowing around too. So it's not out of the question we could see blizzard conditions here, as well as in northern Wisconsin. We think that cold air sticks around for you as well. Now, southern Wisconsin, that's a different story. We could actually see more warm air loft and give you more of that ice. But here in Oshkosh and Green Bay, Door Peninsula, Bailey's Harbor, you are all snow as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. And that wind will also be kicking up the snow for us as well, reducing visibility. And we're going to be digging out from a solid foot to a foot and a half of snow here, Steph.
And then as this thing moves into
very tricky forecast, busy week ahead for sure. Let's check on your Monday morning front lines. 2 weeks after a catastrophic teaser, right, before the main event, before the big storm comes in the next couple of days. And unfortunately, it's not just snow and it's not just rain. There will be that ice probability looking pretty high here, actually, for portions of Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and especially over here into Michigan, where some of that ice accretion could approach 3/4 of an inch. And that is just very damaging, very devastating here. I mean, a glaze back towards Des Moines, it's possible. And even just a glaze of ice can cause problems on the roads, on the sidewalks. Yes, we could see some scattered power outages, but once you get above 1/4 of an inch, that's when you're really in trouble here. We've got more in terms of icy roads, broken tree limbs. You're going to hear that snapping sound everywhere with the tree branches breaking, numerous power outages. Some of you might actually get more than that. It is in our forecast that we get at least 1/2 inch of ice or more, widespread tree damage, roads are dangerous or impassable, and the power could be out, not just for hours, but perhaps for days, kind of like what we saw in Austin, Texas last month. So let's take a look at the temperatures, not just at the surface, but aloft as well. This is our temperature profile from Milwaukee, 30 degrees down below, but upstairs you've got that cold enough air as well. So it's cold throughout the entire column of air, and therefore you have the snow going sideways at times. Remember, the wind will be an issue as well, but watch how that warm air starts to come in from the south, aloft anyway. So we're going to have that warmer layer of air above the freezing cold, and therefore set us up for either sleet or freezing rain. Again, a very tricky forecast. We'll keep an eye on it, but a lot of snow to the north, Steph, and of course that ice accretion could be pretty thick as well.
Yes, it will be. Let's take a
north, south, east, west. We've got quite the stark temperature divide cutting through the lower 48 this week. Welcome back into America's Morning Headquarters on this Monday, President's Day. And depending on where you live, it either feels like the depth of Arctic winter, right? Or good old summertime for the southeast, where highs will be running about 20 to 30 degrees above average. That Arctic air, that's 30 degrees below average. Come Thursday, we're talking about a wild 100-degree temperature spread between the Dakotas, where highs will be below zero, down to Florida, we're talking about the 90s. And even for Florida, that's too soon, and we could see some records threatened later on this week. So, Jim, we got the dueling temperatures. Right in between that, though, of course, we got storms to talk about as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is